Dear witches, staying up to date with the moon? Seeking a little reminders to re enchant your world? Subscribe to the Modern Witches newsletter for lunar love notes and magical inspirations delivered right to your inbox. Modern Witches is shapeshifting, yet it will always be a project that centers our mystical community members. Do you have a course or a podcast you'd like to promote to magical babes? Want to share your art with the folks who might be most touched by its spiritual themes? Send us an email at info@witchesconfluence.org to have your work promoted on our newsletter. Subscribe to Modern Witches newsletter in the link in show notes. Hello, witches. Welcome back to the Modern Witches podcast. I am Casey and I am here with Karima.
Hi, everyone.
We are excited to be talking about the next 2 weeks of Virgo season 2025. So we'll be talking about the transits from Monday, September 8th through Sunday, September 22nd, when the moon goes into Libra, or the sun goes into Libra. So it's
Oh,
been an intense, Virgo season. I think we ended like our last recording session feeling the power of the world and the astrology. Um,
yeah.
and yeah,
I feel
just
like the full moon like definitely heavy load to
Mhm.
finish the last episode.
Mhm.
But I like the third week of the season, like from Monday, September 8th to Sunday, September 14th.
Mhm.
I feel like it's the break of the Virgo season. It's like a week break. I like this way because we like less challenged by a lot of outside thing and more focus on ourselves and what we want to do and maybe going more to action that
Yeah, and
week.
maybe some integration space, post
Yeah.
full moon.
Yeah. And I like having that kind of there's a lot of conversation with Virgo and Cancer and we want to match our habit with our emotional states. You know, Virgo is our
Mm.
habit, is how we work, is our job, is our daily life, and can say how we nurture ourselves. So it feels good to have nice communication between those two signs because that's what it should be. We should have routine and I know all not everything, every task are enjoyable, but I have at least a foundation that is bring us joy instead of bring us down. Um, so on
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry,
go
I just
ahead.
want to mention before we jump in too, like the next 2 weeks are waning moon, post full moon, revelation, whatever kind of events went down at that moment. And it's leading to the second new moon solar eclipse in Virgo at 29 degrees. So this season, starting with a new moon Virgo at 0 degrees, ending with a new moon Virgo at 29 degrees, it's just like there's such a potent invitation to really sink into these themes and like kind of challenge yourself a little bit, like push yourself a little bit to establish these healthy routines and work with all the energy we've been talking about. So I just want to say that as we navigate through these transits.
Yeah, and thank you for that. That's true. And so yeah, I was just saying that on September 11, we have the Sun in Virgo sextiling Jupiter in Cancer at 19 degree, and it feels good. It's about is the Sun, is your ego, is your conscience, is yourself. If where is the where you're focusing on right now is the Virgo part of your chart, basically. And having this beautiful sextile, which is a joy, was it a beautiful aspect with Jupiter in Cancer. It wants to expand that feeling. It wants to expand that goals that you have. It wants to expand and make him better and more aligned with your emotional state. So we like that. We like having our ego and our conscience being aligned with how we want to feel emotionally, how we want to be nurtured, how we want to, where do you want to expand our power of having to be able to manage or not manage, but having able to, I don't have the word right now to embrace our emotional states. I feel like it's
Mm.
so important. And the sun is helping us doing that in Virgo. It's helping us to implement every day something that we might feel joy about, or that we feel that we nurture someone, or that we are nurtured. Um,
Mhm.
so I really enjoy the sun in Virgo, sextiling Jupiter in Cancer. It's very nice.
Yeah, and then right afterwards we have Mercury following up with a sextile. So it's kind of like we have this like sense of integration of that energy into our selfhood, and then through
Hmm.
Mercury we get to express it in some way.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's so interesting because the sun is, they have the south node in the middle. You have Mercury and the sun very close to the south node.
mhm,
So we're still in releasing part of ourselves, you know, releasing expectation, releasing control. It's very, very, like I said, predominant in the whole season.
mm,
Um, Releasing over analyzing thing. Like sometimes I feel like I talk for me, I'm gonna focus on like whatever my husband did that day, and I'm gonna very focus on that. I say, but that's mean this and that's mean that, and I was like, that doesn't mean anything. It's just he did it like
mhm.
sometimes stupidly, like and he was like never like had bad thought, like he didn't have an agenda. It just did it
Right.
like and that kind of mentality, like for example for me it's very important to release and to just not overthink of every little thing. Oh, he did that gesture, that's mean this, he did that. That is that kind of feeling. And so Jupiter is helping us to have compassion, is helping us to see through the lens of like love, basically,
And
and
care.
so
Yeah.
and care. And so it feels nice to have those during that week.
And I love that you mention the South Node there too, because the next day we'll have Mercury cazimi with the South Node there. And
Mm-hmm.
I really see this as like, it's sort of like a release of some kind of like overburdenedness,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
overburdening yourself, overburdening your mind,
Yeah.
like over calculating your capacity in some way. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like a reset
Yeah.
um, here for Mercury to just be like, okay, actually, I can let go of some of these expectations I've been holding for myself and really get back to clarity or like some sort of like baseline for what is right for me to be focusing on now.
Yeah. And it's like the sun burning Mercury, like your mind. It's like it's helping you resetting, resetting. It's like a
Mhm.
big button, a big reset button. So, like you said, you feel like it's a help from the gods. It's
Mhm.
a help, and I like that is happening on the Saturday. It's the end of the week. It's
Mhm.
like doing a weekend. Yeah,
Recharge.
yeah, exactly,
Mm.
exactly.
Yeah. So,
And
mhm.
no, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say the following week, Monday, September 15th to the 22nd, we start the week off with Venus sextiling Mars, which is kind of like a nice little boost for a
Mm-hmm.
Monday, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
We like when we have the two lovers of the zodiac getting along.
yes.
Like
And harmonious
as
aspects.
an
Yes.
harmonious aspect. So yes, we know Mars in Libra is not great, but when it's sextile Venus in Leo, there is kind of a an agreement that is nice, and
Yeah. It's
that
a flirty moment.
it's a flirty moment. It's definitely very flirty,
Yeah.
very flirty. I see love vibe everywhere with
Hmm.
that, like fun and like yeah, I like it. I like it. And because it's this week, the last week of Virgo season from Monday, September 15th to Sunday, September 22nd is very heavy. It's a lot of it's we have at the end of the week the solar eclipse. We have a solar eclipse, a new moon. But before that, we have so many different aspects that Mercury is doing. We have from September 18, we have Mercury entering Libra. So joining Mars in Libra. And then there's a lineup of kind of aspect that some are good, some are bad, happening the same day, you know. So as soon as Mercury enters Libra, we have this opposition with Neptune in Aries. And then we have this trine with Uranus in Gemini. And then we have a trine with Pluto in Aquarius. So there's so much happening in our
Mm-hmm.
mind that that September 18 can feel a lot of like overwhelming and
Anxiety.
decision anxiety. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because Libra is the air sign, you know, it's still like very related to the mind and related to like communication and how we speak to ourselves and to others.
And how we like move through the world, it's like
Mm-hmm.
driving,
Yeah.
like how we get through
Yeah.
our day.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so it's a challenging one this
is it
Wednesday.
yeah, this Wednesday, the Wednesday September 18th, I feel like
Mhm.
it feels a lot. And so taking the breather, not rushing to anything, uh, it can push you to make quick decision where there's so much like happening all at once. It can be also overload of news worldwide when we have Mercury entering Libra and having all those
Mhm.
connections. It can be a week, a full week when we have a lot of information that is coming at us and can feel overwhelmed. We can feel overwhelmed. Um, and it's a way like we need to like take a breather. Like I know maybe you've been like gonna be asked to make quick decision, but it might be at your own detriment sometimes. And so taking a breath and say, okay, I'm gonna go back to it. I don't have to make a
Right.
decision now. It's gonna be your friends. Time's gonna be your
Sense of
friends.
like urgency is going to be super high. And
Yeah.
with Mercury opposite Neptune, it's like it's going to be difficult to be discerning. It's going to be difficult to be
Yeah.
discerning. It's going to be difficult to like know your boundaries in a given moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so like if you can be sensitive to that
Mm-hmm.
and be gentle with yourself in the moment, be gentle with people you're navigating the world with. I think all of that is for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will say
Yeah.
though, like I also look at this from a creative perspective, and I'm like, there's like some big thing to channel here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like leaning into the mercurial ways that you like make meaning in your life in like a more like internal or individual way could be a great way to kind of process things right now. Even just processing your anxiety, like writing it out or dancing it out,
Mm-hmm.
or um, like if you feel safe, like communicating with a friend about something, like who maybe speaks similar intuitive, energetic language as you do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Something to think about and consider.
Yep. Oh, we love that Virgo season.
I know. It's like make use of like Leo still being in Virgo this
Yeah,
day and just
yeah.
like have a little cathartic expression. The next
Yeah.
day, oh,
No, no, go ahead.
Venus will enter Virgo on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a vibe shift um,
Yeah.
for Venus.
Yeah.
I feel like Venus, in Virgo can be, I don't know, critical,
Mm-hmm.
it can be a little
Mm-hmm.
harsh,
Yeah.
can like harsh the playfulness side, the social side of Virgo a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, and can bring in that like inner critic. So, um, yeah,
Yeah.
just being mindful of that.
Yeah. And Venus in Virgo, like, it doesn't like to be in Virgo, Venus,
Mm-hmm.
because so Virgo is also the sense of service to others. It's
Mm-hmm.
a very about service to others. And when we have Venus entering Virgo, we might have um we might be more people pleasing than than other times. So maybe you might say yes too fast to something, even if you don't want to do it. Like, so Venus in Virgo, it's sometimes hard to manage what you want and what and how to please others. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like being careful of like, do am I doing it to please this person? If it's like a service that you want for your good friend, or of course doing it, but not at your own detriment. Never
Right.
at your own detriment. And Venus can have this tendency in Virgo to do things at his own detriment, just to please others. So that's
Totally.
something to be careful about when Venus enters Virgo.
Mm.
But it's also in the positive side, Venus can bring fun into labors that usually is not fun. like,
Mm-hmm.
like organizing your closet. That might be more fun for you at the time because Venus is bringing some spark into organization
Mm-hmm.
and being clean
Editing.
and editing and all that. And that can feel like, oh, I'm getting my, again, shit together, in a
Mm-hmm.
very fun way. That can also bring that part.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, so as Venus moves into Virgo, it's going to make a square to Uranus in Gemini.
Hmm.
Um, and, you know,
Yeah, like Friday the September 20, like we have Venus that
mhm,
just fresh in Virgo squaring Uranus and Gemini, like you mentioned at 1 degree. And we have also the Sun in Virgo oppositing Saturn in Pisces at 28 degree. And that's pretty important, especially when
mhm.
we have two kind of challenging aspects like that. It's a big theme of reality check. Especially with Sun oppositing Saturn, very big on reality checks. Reviewing your priority is going to be a big thing.
It's a bummer.
It's a bum. Yeah, it's like a bum in the road. Like you're like, oh, I thought I got figure this things out. Like,
Mhm.
it is a bum in the road. So like, yeah, Friday, September 20. Don't be too harsh on yourself too, because with Venus in Virgo, it can bring that aspect on being tough on yourself. And again, is
Yeah,
squaring Uranus. It wants you to be flexible. Okay, this way we need to do a short turn. That's just gonna happen. We need to turn that way a little bit and go back to the main road afterwards. That can be very frustrating and annoying for you, you know?
yeah. Prepare to pivot, prepare to compromise.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my least two favorite words as like a very fixed person.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's an intense, I would say like intense or like rough or challenging lead up to the new moon
Yeah.
solar eclipse. I think it's like exposing the cracks in the
Yeah.
plan and like being confronted with frustration um as like you're trying to like start again or you're trying to like reorganize. Like I think that there's you're starting to see like where things are kind of falling apart a little bit.
Yeah. And
Um,
this new moon is like oppose. I have a hard time today. Saturn, and
mhm.
because well, we have the exact the day before, but it's still very active transit. So yeah, like I said, the reality check is real. Like having to review what you want to prioritize. It's very real in that new moon, and less is more. Saturn will be always less is more. It's his mantra. And having Saturn being in the mix in that new moon is want to add structure to what is possible. It is just a function of Saturn, but it can be also, because it's in Pisces, it can be very overly dramatic and depressing. And you can feel like, oh my God, like this is not what I plan to do. This is not what I want to do. But with this trine to Uranus, and the new moon is trining Uranus, this is help. Uranus is helping to
Mhm.
be the flexibility. Again, we're talking about South Node in Virgo, close to that new moon, the release of rigidity. It's the theme of the Virgo season. And so
Hmm.
Uranus is still there telling you flexible is the key,
Yeah.
is your road. It's what you need to be doing. And the power of the power of now, I'm gonna say it, the power of now, extartole,
Hmm.
is so much present in that new moon. Um, because if you think too much of the future, anxiety rise up. If you think too much of the past, Saturn in Pisces will want to think of how it was in the past, will put you in depression. Uranus is like shaking things up. It's like nothing is fixed. The future is not set. Think about what you can do today, tomorrow. Don't plan like it's good to have a vision. Don't get me wrong. The vision is feeding you every step of the way. But don't think you're gonna figure it out of every little step. Have the vision, have your board, have your vision board, but be flexible of the journey. And that's
Mm.
definitely the message of this eclipse and this
I
new
love
moon.
it.
Hmm.
I pulled a card while you were talking, and I love that you said the power of now because I pulled grounding or spell for grounding.
There you go. Yeah.
And that's like such a beautiful way to like experience the present. And while grounding might feel like there's like a root, when you root down, there's a way you're like anchoring yourself to something. But when
Hmm.
I saw this card, it reminded me of like the very magical practice of grounding energetically and using the earth as like a transformational agent in your connection with the earth. So, like releasing through the earth, like letting go of what you don't need to be carrying into the earth and just knowing that the earth is this transformational force that can help
Hmm.
you transmute whatever you're holding into something else. And
Yeah.
it's eclipse season, so we don't typically like to do big ritual in these moments, especially with Uranus, especially like Pluto. Like, please don't do anything crazy
Yeah.
on this date, but like a grounding practice of being like, I am here in this moment. Like, I am here in this moment. What am I noticing? What am I carrying here? What am I experiencing? What's the spirit of the earth have to teach me here in this moment as I participate fully? I think that's like kind of all you can do, you know?
Hmm. Hmm.
So trying to get grounded. I think we're learning how to ground into like really transformational moments as a collective. And I would encourage you to explore what that looks like for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a big Virgo season, folks. Um, the sun will enter Libra on the 22nd. We'll have a equinox that we shall never forget, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just remembering to be tender with yourself as you process eclipse revelations, as you stay awake to what's happening in the world and in your communities. Always returning to ritual and resourcing yourself
Hmm.
however you can.
Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, Karima. I just want to remind folks to check out our Patreon for our Magic Mini episodes. We have some more supportive little mini podcast episodes about working with herbs. We're going to be releasing one on working with the tarot and your oracle decks in times of uncertainty. So stay tuned for those and share our work with a friend if it resonates. You could always reach out to myself or Karima for readings as well, and you can find our bios in the show notes. All right.
Thank you.
Blessed be everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Modern Witches podcast. We hope you've been inspired to cultivate your own magic and to craft your own spiritual practices. Let us know what sparked your curiosity by leaving us a comment on this episode or leave us a review. And don't forget to subscribe to the show so that you never miss an episode. Your feedback and engagement truly fills our cups. If you're looking for more ways to gather with your fellow witches, please support our work on Patreon. Learn more at modernwitches.org. Blessed be.